Okay, we're recording. Okay, so when it came to today, and I was like thinking of what do I got to do? What should I talk about? What should we go over? I was like going through a bunch of different things, and I was like, okay, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. But then I got a notification, and it was we're what, the 21st, and it was my seventh loyal customer of the month. And I was like, you know what? Scratch all that. I'm just going to talk about what I've been doing to help me get every single loyal customer. So all six plus some for the past few months. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like even when we know the things that we're supposed to do, sometimes we don't do them. And then when we start doing them again, we're like, holy crap, I'm never going to stop doing that because I know that when I do it, it works every single time. So I did a small little push group with me and a few of my girls who were going after bonuses, and I did our own kind of like makeshift task list, and I kind of did some of them for extra credit. So like reels are extra credit, TikToks are extra credit, and we've just been zooming. But one of the most important things that I've been stressing is following up, following up, following up, following up, and I feel like the difference from the months where I do enroll 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 loyal customers and the months where I barely squeeze by to fill out my steps to success is the amount of time that I spend following up. And so I was thinking about that today. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to touch on that because that's what's working. What do we want to do? We want to enroll, right? That's like our main goal in this business. So when it comes to following up, Fridays is my favorite day because most people get paid on Fridays. And you guys, say you're playing a baseball game, Friday is like that slow pitch where you know that you can literally hit it out of the park. And we get 4 Fridays a month, at least. Some months we get 5 Fridays. That means that you have 5 times the chance to knock it out of the park, right? You know that you can at least get one or two customers every single Friday. So following up every single day is important, but especially following up on Friday. So like my little system, I've showed you guys my binder tons and tons of times. But like here's my steps to success right here, right? But then on the back of my steps to success, I write down all my potentials that I've talked to in that month. So like this is my March steps to success right here. Okay. This is my March potential loyal customers right here. So these are the people that haven't even signed up. They're not even on here yet. So every single name goes on here. Every single name that I talked to in this month. And I have all my previous months. So I have February, I have January, I have December, I have November. I have all of them here and I have the same potential loyal customers right on that same sheet. So I literally have all my potentials, right? So when it comes to a Friday, all I need is this binder. The one thing that I want to stress is that you have to have a system because I can promise you, even if you think that you're going to remember everybody to follow up with, you're not going to. Especially if you have children, especially if you're married, especially if you have a job, especially if you have like, I mean, I don't think anyone in here has absolutely nothing going on. Like you just won't remember. No matter how hard you try, you have to have a system. And maybe you're more like technology savvy. I need paper to pencil, like I just have to. I don't know why. I think that's just because that's how it was when I joined, that's just what I need. But you have a calendar right in here. You can literally put their name in that date of your calendar. So what's today, March 21st? March 21st in your calendar, you could put everybody's name that you talked to today for potentials. And then this coming Friday, you can literally hit all those dates back and follow up with all those people. Um, you have to have a running list of potentials though, especially with following up. They say that the average person needs 8 to 21 follow-ups to sign up. And I know that there's a lot of people that say like, oh, I have a 3 strikes you're out. Like if I follow up with you 3 times and you don't respond, like I'm crossing you off my list. Absolutely not. You are not coming off my list until you deactivate your social media or until you block me. Like I think that's total garbage. Absolutely not. Half of my customers come after months and months and months of us interacting on social media. That's way beyond 3 interactions. That's way beyond 3 follow-ups. So I think that's a crap like way to think of it. I just don't think about that because for myself personally, it took me 2 months. There was a heck of a lot more than 3 follow-ups. for me from my upline to get me to join. It wasn't no, if it was 3 strikes and you're out, I would have been out a long time ago. So I personally, I just think that that's crap. I feel like that's an easy way to lose a heck of a lot of money. And I'm not about losing money. So I feel like if that's kind of where your mind frame is, I mean, cool, but I would definitely ditch it because we're in this business to make money, right? So I think the whole 3 strikes you're out rule is trash for sure. So another thing I wanted to talk about is I feel like sometimes we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot when we are following up, like when it comes to like messaging people for coffee, right? So just because you talk to them about coffee, I feel like sometimes people tend to only message them about coffee, but I message them about everything. And I always have a sale going on. Even if we don't have our pick two, pick three, our loyal customer price is a sale. Like that is 40% off of retail. So I don't care if we talked about coffee, I'm going to message them about the cleanse and I'm going to tell them, hey, girlfriend, I have a cleanse going on. I don't know if this is something that you're interested in, but we have a 2-day cleanse. This, that. This is the sale price going on right now, yada, yada. Same thing with our hair, skin, and nails. So it's kind of like, I know, I'm sure you guys get spam. I feel like we all get spam mail. I get so many messages or so many emails from, say, Tarte, the makeup company, right? And every single email, pretty much the same thing. It's a follow up, but they're all completely different. Sometimes it's talking about their new highlighter. Sometimes it's talking about their new foundation or their tinted moisturizer or their SPF. And it only takes one of those to pique their interest and have them pull the trigger. So, maybe you did talk to them about slimming gummies, right? But say over the last few weeks, they've been noticing their hair falling out and they're super stressed out about it, which is obviously going to make their hair fall out even more. But say that you slide in their inbox and you talk to them about the sale that you're having with your hair, skin, and nails. That could be literally the one to pull the trigger. And then when they're already a customer, I guarantee you they're going to try that coffee that you initially started talking about in the beginning. So one thing is, you guys, we have so many products. When it comes to following up, you don't have to keep following up with them about coffee, for the 75th time or for the 12th time or whatever. You can literally do any product. And two, a lot of the time, they don't even realize that we have all these other products. So that kind of piques their interest, like, okay, well, I did want coffee, but now this is super interesting, this 2-day cleanse, or this hair, skin, and nails, or this lash and brow serum. Oh, hold on. I see the chat going off. Ooh. Amy, I mean, I don't know if you told her to like close everything out and then retry it, but I don't know. I don't know what the heck my Zoom is. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Amy, so we were just saying this, but I think you were just popping on, but the only thing is if they have a computer and a phone, I always tell them like try on whatever one that you haven't tried on. So sometimes people will be logging on their phone and like because they accidentally put it in wrong the first time, it's weird. It's like it locks people out. But if they go try on their computer, it will let them in. But if you're on your phone, just make sure like not only do you get out of your app, but like go through and swipe up and close out of all the apps and then retry again. And sometimes you can get in. And again, it's just a capital A and then all the rest of them are lowercase. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. Yeah, hopefully that works for her. But yeah, you guys, we get 4 to 5 Fridays, and I feel like Fridays are the easiest day to follow up with people, and it's the easiest day. If you ever want a day where you are more than guaranteed to sign a loyal, you should be working your booty on Fridays because people get paid, and that's before all their money went to bills or they went to this, that, or the other. That's definitely the day that you want to follow up with them. And another thing too is I feel like when it comes to following up, your verbiage has a lot to do with it. And I never ever ask someone if they are still interested, ever. I feel like that's one of the worst things you can do is ask them if they're still interested. I always just assume that they're still interested and I just go right in with whatever product that I'm going to talk about. So I don't ever ask anyone if they're still interested. What else? Oh, and then I feel like too, the difference between a month where I have a lot of enrollments and a month where I'm barely getting by filling out my steps to success is all I've done different is up the number. So up the number of people I'm talking to. So I would say for the most part, I have probably about a 10 to 20% rate of closing the people that I'm talking to, right? So if I'm only talking to 3 people and my rate is 10% of closing, that's no one. So just upping your number. And at the end of the day, you guys, this is our job. Our job is to keep the conversation going. This is just part of the job. So if I want to sign loyals and I know that that's my rate, all I have to do is up my number. So if your rate is 10%, okay, well, if you talk to 30 people a day, your chances of signing loyal customers just went up a hell of a lot more than if you've talked to 4 people or even 5 people. So it's just a numbers game. And I feel like once you kind of get like kind of in your own little groove, and that's why I like my binder because it works so well for me. But be it your calendar on your phone or whatever, you guys, every Zoom that you watch, everyone's way of working their business is going to be completely different. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same crap. It's a system that works for them. So finding your system, whatever the heck it is, be it your phone, you're putting everybody in your calendar. I used to screenshot pictures. So like if I'm talking to someone about the product, I would screenshot their profile picture and I had it all in an album on my phone. That just got to be way too crazy because you guys know when it comes to like taking pictures for content, I mean, I have like 35,000 pictures in my phone and it just got to be way too much. So now what I do is I'll send myself a text message. Say I'm out and about and I don't have my binder. I will send myself a text message like Amy Watson, Facebook, hair, skin, and nails. And then when I get home and I get into my office or, the next morning when I'm doing my little quick power hour before I clean my house, I will add those names to my list. And it's just a system that works for me. So you have to be committed on finding a system and then you have to be committed to utilizing it and sticking to it. So I feel like I feel like I don't think there's anyone brand new in this chat, and even Veronica when she hops on, she's not brand new. So we all should have a pretty substantial potential loyal customers list, right? So what I want us to do is just go balls to the walls. And even in like my 30-day push group, our our points aren't just solely based on enrollments because I know and you guys know that enrollments aren't going to happen every day. And just because you don't have everyday enrollments does not mean that you're not working your business. Like I think we can all agree to that, right? So this is my little point system that I'm doing for my push group. Birthday messages every single day. We send birthday messages to everybody. And when I tell my team, like, I want you in people's inbox, it doesn't necessarily mean, hi, I wanted to see if you wanted my coffee again. Like, hi, do you want to try these slimming gummies? No, absolutely not. Birthday message because we could be getting in someone's inbox that could be like, oh yeah, hey, I remember I was talking to Amy about this. Like, I'm gonna go check her Facebook. I'm gonna go see what she's doing. I'm gonna see what she's up to. Another thing is I have them grow their network because at the end of the day, if I feel like there's very crucial things. Like reels are amazing, yes. TikTok's amazing, yes. But the things that you need to grow your business is posting every single day, messaging, and growing your network. Like those are just things that you have to do regardless. You just have to do them, especially if you're going to be growing your business through social media. So growing our network, we do 10 on Facebook, 10 on Instagram, or 20 on Facebook and 20 on Instagram. That's something that we have to do every single day. And we have 5 minimum post to post every single day. Any more than that is extra credit, so they get extra points. And then we have to interact with 10 people every single day. My favorite people to interact with are my potentials because I already know that they're interested. So that's when I go to my steps to success and I go to the people that I've written on my steps to success and say I only have 12 for the month of March. Okay, well, I have my February one right here too. So I could easily knock out February's and I could easily knock out January's and I can just keep going. Another one is our opportunity post and then a product post, and then we offer samples. So those are like our little current ones that I'm doing with my push group. But what I want us to do is follow up. And I'm sure all you guys have a follow up, like a running follow up total. So it could be like a piece of paper or it could be whatever your system is, and just sticking to that. And you guys, even when, say you do this for a week, this week, and you're like, okay, well, I still haven't even signed anyone. I want you to continue to do it all the way through March and just keep following up and keep following up and keep following up. It's kind of like Tarte, they're constantly in my email, but they're in my email about different things. And if I'm going to be honest, a lot of the time I buy stuff because it's sent to me emailed again. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot that I wanted that. Or oh crap, I forgot that I needed that. And it was just an email about something random. Even though I have 73 emails already, they've already sent me 73 emails. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep going. And the good thing is that I pulled the trigger and I end up buying stuff. So just keep following up. I want us to just do that. So get your loyal customer, your potential loyal customer list, and we are going to do that. So you can go through their Facebook if you want. You can go through their Instagram, kind of see what they're up to, and kind of slide into their box that way. Another thing too is we do have a sale going on right now. We have our pick two, pick three. So when sales are going on, it's literally the easiest time. Easiest time. And if you've talked to them the last 2 times about coffee, switch it up. Talk to them about the cleanse or the slimming gummies. Talk to them about our lash and brow serum or our illuminating pads or our 2-day cleanse. I feel like our 2-day cleanse and our hair, skin, and nails, for whatever reason, I feel like I just can easily sell those more so than any of our other products outside of our coffee. So that's what we are going to do. We have, what time is it? We have about 30 more minutes left. So we can do that for 30 minutes. And if you guys have any questions or you guys just want to, pick someone's brain, ask someone a question, there's a lot of us on here, which is great. I'm going to put on some music and then I'll keep looking up.
Lisa,
yeah.
I was going to share one thing.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
With just like following up, like Lisa said, so many times, you guys, like once I have a conversation with somebody, like they make it on my list too. So it's like they're on there, obviously, like Lisa was talking about. I'm the same as Lisa. Mine is on the back of my steps to success. Like you guys, there is something about having a physical paper in your hand. And I'm going to tell you, every freaking Zoom we are on for VIPs and like people who have just newly promoted and that type of thing, they show their papers. Like I'm just telling you, like there's got to be something, right? We always talk about how success leaves clues, and we say that, and it can be annoying probably to some people. But the funny thing is, you guys, is that we had way less tools even when I was going executive, when I went diamond in 3 months, when I was going ambassador. And the thing is I literally paid attention to what people were doing or what they said, and I did that. Like I would write notes down and I would put it on my steps to success. Again, why? Because it's the one paper that's in my face every single day, right? Out of the month. And so the cool thing is when you do have that kind of stuff, you guys, it is so easy to pick up work and put in intentional work in 10 minutes. But if you are just like shooting in the wind, you waste so much time trying to get organized and find your place to start. So the other thing I wanted to say, like Lisa said, we get paid to enroll, right? And so you do want to have those conversations. You want to make those connections. There's so many different ways you can be in people's inboxes. Like she said, happy birthdays, like commenting on their stories, not even about it works. Maybe you had a conversation about products over here. Make sure that those are the people that you are commenting and popping in on their stories and you're interacting, right? Because it's almost that reminder like, oh shoot, like I was supposed to be getting hair, skin, and nails from that, or whatever it may be. The other thing is I'll go back and look, you guys, if it is hair, skin, and nails, like I make sure that that's in my stories, like whatever it is where I have a bunch of people, I'm like, Sarah, you need to keep putting that in, because that's also another thing. Like they're seeing it again and it's coming from you. So it's also another like inadvertent follow-up, right? And then the other thing that I want to tell you guys is be freaking bold in growing your team. Like I can't tell you enough, but like even when you start talking about it, I'm telling you guys, you gain so much confidence and so much excitement. And it's like every time you speak about the opportunity, you are reminded how amazing it truly is. And that at the end of the day, you can have an amazing job. You can love life where it is. You can love all these things. But I am telling you, adding this in allows you to add onto all of the things that you like and love. So there's not a single person out there that couldn't benefit from that, right? Even if they're in a happy place, do they want more of what makes them happy? Yes, they do, right? So the other thing is like when you've had somebody that hasn't bit on the product, you guys, most people are like, oh, they don't want anything. Not me. I'm like, hey, so I know I've talked a lot about the product like over and over. And as I've followed you over the last like whatever time it may be, right? Time frame, you're gonna know what the time frame is. But I will literally say, And like, I just want to throw this out there, but have you ever thought about actually being able to share these products and make some extra income because you can also earn free products? Like you've been wanting to do it for so long. And I always say, like, maybe it's a thing where, you feel guilty, like splurging on yourself. But what if, like, you could have your products completely covered with your business? Then would you feel guilty? Like, and what if you could make an extra couple $100? Like, do you know what that would go to? It's amazing, you guys, how many distributors you will actually get by offering that. So, you guys, be excited, right? Use your voice messages. I use voice message all the freaking time, like all the time. Even when it's like nothing to do with it works, like I still will pop in there so people can hear. And then the cool thing is if you are planting a lot of those seeds, you also can bring them over when we're doing those opportunity Zooms. You guys, they are so short, they are so quick. And I am telling you, it's like, even if Amy's been talking to this girl, it's like all of a sudden she's like they pop on and it's like, oh my gosh, well, now she kind of just reiterated what Amy's been telling me, and it's like holds true for all three of these girls. Like people start realizing, like, okay, I'm watching Amy do this, but then there's also this girl and this girl and this girl, and they're kind of like, well, why can't I? So it also opens the doorway to bringing in them in as distributors. So again, like take the limits off, like Lisa said, like take off the limits of being like, oh, three and done. Well, girl, you just like amped this chick up for somebody else to go snag, like for real. And you
Right.
know what? As a busy mom, I have crap in my carts, you guys, for weeks, for weeks. And I am not joking. I am grateful for the freaking emails, or I'm grateful for the bloggers who are like, hey, this is now on sale, or this. And then finally I'm like, Sarah, you need to freaking go and like do your cart that's been sitting there. Just remember that everybody's a real person. Like it's okay. And I promise you, I teach everybody to like just go that extra mile. Like I am telling you, you guys, it's like when you push yourself just to do the little extra. So if it's like a voice message or just ask the dang question instead of skirting around it, you will hit your dang sweet spot and you are going to be like, oh my gosh, I was this close for this long. Like, why did I not just go the extra mile? So get bold, because I promise you, with every freaking enrollment that you get, you are going to show yourself like, oh my gosh, I am doing it. And I don't have to be annoying to do it. And I don't have to be pushy to do it. I actually can come from a very helpful heart. And it's amazing that people will truly see it for that. Right. So, like, even when I'm doing that, like, I love listening to where people are. And then, you know what, even when people are like, oh, not right now. And then I like give them some time, right? Even on the business, it's like, I just like tell them, I'm like, hey, girl, I haven't forgot about you. Like, this opportunity is still here for you. I just helped another girl get her business started. Like, I hope that you're coming up to be the next one. Like, I'm so excited to partner with you. Like, I literally speak it into them, because the thing is I know that it's freaking fear. You guys, it is not the $99. It is not the $20 website. Like, they can say that, but no, when people are getting nails done and they're going to Starbucks every day, like, it is not that. I promise you that. Like, people will figure that out. And I know that because they've been doing it for 9 years. Okay. And then we watch people spend $500 and this and that. You don't have to do that. So I'm just going to encourage you, while Lisa is like shouting follow up because it is so freaking true, I'm also want you to repeat to yourself over and over and over, like, go the extra mile, ask the question, put a voice message in, like, keep your list and have it in front of you, because if you work it and you keep that connection, right, no matter how you're doing it, if it's a happy birthday message, or maybe it's something you can relate to on their story, or maybe they worked out and you're like, yes, girl, like, you just totally inspired me to get my freaking workout in because I was putting it off for the last 4 hours, and then I saw this. Like, I also show people, like, when we talk about like that thing that you would compliment them on, I show them like how that's impacting my life, right? So that they know that whether they believe it or not, they truly do have influence, right? So those are just some tips. Those are things that I work with all the time. And I'm telling you, you guys, in doing so, it's like you already know each other pretty dang well when you're starting to connect. And it's like, I swear, you just like, you can kick their business off so much faster and so much smoother and so much more successfully. So go the extra mile. Like, you will be so much happier as a business owner and as a mentor and as a friend, all the things.
Yeah. Seriously, could not agree more. And like Sarah said, like on all of the Zooms, especially like our VIP ones, it's the same thing. They all have like a system that they're just following. Okay, let me get some tunes on. Oh, Veronica ended up hopping on. Yay! Amy, I hope that we are gonna continue to do them every Tuesday. That's the goal. I feel like it works for us three, and I feel like it just seems to be really, really good. So that's like the goal. So one thing too is like when we are like say if it's say for example, if I'm talking to someone and it's Wednesday, I probably won't wait until next Tuesday to try and get them in front of that, but we also recorded the last two. And that's when I would say like, "Hey girlfriend, here's the recording. Like I feel like you would really benefit from it. Like there's a lot of good information. It's super quick. You can listen to it while you're folding clothes or whatever it may be." But also, that's another tool to follow up with our potential distributors through the week. Like, say it is coming closer to Tuesday, I would want them on the live versus sending them a recording. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Wednesday. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Wednesday, because I always know that it's my kid's half day. Yeah, Veronica, I don't know why it works on some devices and why others it literally just gives us the hardest time.
And friends, if there's anything that you feel like you are like hitting a roadblock with or struggling with or anything like that, like this is the time to ask those questions. Like we always say this, and I know sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, like you're nervous to whatever speak, or you can even type it in the thing. But I am telling you, people will be so grateful because at the end of the day, like we're not mind readers. So what we do a lot every single week is we take a lot of the like repetitive questions that we get, which we love because we know where like guidance is needed, because if you're not saying anything, then it's just like then you don't know where people need help, right? We're not mind readers. So then usually what it is, it's like we always talk about leading, and it's like it's not this like title you just gain. It's like truly examining what you do and sharing what's working, right? And so that's why a lot of times if people aren't taking a whole lot of action, they're like, well, I have nothing to share, I don't have anything to give or offer. But the truth is if you start just working, it's like no, you just help and give ideas. So I just want to put that out there that while we're on Sundays, or like if you're coming across something, even maybe that you are getting repetitively from your distributors on your team, like shoot them our way, because that's what our goal is every single week, is to really just team up, come together, nail and iron out some of those things, talk about what's working, and like we shoot off for the week, right? Spread our wings and bring in those enrollments, grow our businesses, get promotions in place, like that type of thing. So don't be shy on these. Like they will be so helpful if you use them for what they're there for.
And then just one thing really quick, because I feel like we can't stress this enough. When it comes to following up, you have to do like the middle part, and the middle part being like, if you want the follow-up to work and you want to get to the point where they're enrolling, you have to make sure that you are being consistent when it comes to sharing your products in your stories, showing how it's working for you, growing your network. Like, it's not just like, okay, I talked to all these people over the past year and now I'm going to follow up 7 months later. Like, it just doesn't. You have to do the middle part, right? Like, when we're running a marathon, we can't just like start, get in our car, drive to the end, and then like cross the finish line. Like, that doesn't work. We'd be disqualified because that shit doesn't fly. So it's kind of like the same thing in this business. Like, you have to lay the foundation for your house to be built on. So it's the same thing with this business. There's a reason why, like, you see that boom when it comes to enrollments. Like, you'll have a few, like maybe a month or two of slow months when your enrollments aren't through the roof like they normally are. That's when you have to make sure that you are doing the things even more so. So like, showing up for your business 1 hour a day will get you so much further. And every single day, like say you take a Sabbath, that's fine, but showing up for your business every single day, even if it's 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, every single day will do more for your business than showing up on a Tuesday for 6 hours, or one day a month for 24 hours. You just, it takes that consistency every single day. And I love when Jade Hooper says like, well, how consistent should I work my business? All the time, always. And it's literally the same thing. Like, it doesn't have to be all the time, always 24/7 every day, but all the time, always, in a sense that every day you need to be doing something for your business. You have to. So I wanted to like make that clear. I feel like we already all know, but still, like, it's the middle part that you have to continue doing to get you those enrollments. So like, sometimes I'll post something and it could be in a month where I've just been slacking and I haven't been doing the things that I know that I should be doing, right? So say I put up a Slimming Gummies post or a coffee post looking for 4 friends who want to lose weight, or now I do a lot more, like 20 friends who want to lose weight for $39 or $49 or less, right? And I'll have maybe 5 comments. But on the months where I'm doing the everyday things, the following up, the growing my network, the doing all the things on our task list, when I put up a post like that, boom, 40 comments. And I'll at least sign 10 that month, at least. And I'm already 7 customers in and we're barely the 21st, but I've been doing the things the last few months. So you have to do those things in order to get a post like that to blow up, if that makes sense, or your host supposed to start taking off. Like, you just have to have the consistency in between, if that makes sense. And I don't know what I'm trying to call that middle part, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't get to the end without doing all the things in the middle. Like, you can't get to the end of your house being built without laying the foundation. So I guess that would be the foundation of like enrolling customers, like that part. You just have to. That's something that you can't shortcut, especially in this business. Like, we can't just skip that part out.
And like we said, and that's why like when we break it down, you guys, it's like 6 things, right? And sometimes that can be overwhelming to people, but I always say like if you feel overwhelmed, I want you to like list what part is overwhelming you. Like you just have to dissect it. Like I'm just being really honest. So and you might come down to it. Oh, it's what people think. It's like, oh, you're not even afraid of the work. It's just like you're so scared what somebody thinks, right? And then I always ask people like, okay, who are the people that you're scared like who are they? Like, do they mean something to you? What's weird is that a lot of times they don't. They're just like these bullies that people have like almost as acquaintances that are like never happy for people or are never going to support other people or cheer them on, right? And you just kind of have to like let some of that go. But the thing is, like Lisa said, it's like all the things work together, right? I can't just go message because people are gonna be like, what the freak is this girl talking about? And I can't just only share in my stories because it's like people don't even know. They're just like, I mean, I might get a few here and there, but if I'm doing my stories and I'm sharing and I'm like live and people know I'm a real person and then I'm also talking to them, you guys, that like person's going to get enrolled so much faster, right? So it's like do all the little things that create it's networking. That's truly what it is. It's networking. It's creating those relationships. It doesn't have to take a long time or anything like that. And the other thing I was going to tell you guys, and this is something that was really funny because we were on I don't even know what it was. I think it's like the weekly diamond and above Zoom. And y'all, like that sucker, I want it on every single one of your all goal because that is probably one of my absolute favorite ones every single week. And I think the thing that I love, which you guys know, I don't care if somebody's been in a day or somebody's been in for 10 years. Like if somebody knows something that I don't, I want to learn from them. I am never too good to learn from anybody. And I've never been that. And don't be that person, okay? Because you're gonna be missing out on so much. So I always say, like, when you're learning, like open the freaking floodgates because there are people that just come in with strengths that like, you're like, oh my gosh, like that's amazing that they even know all this stuff, right? But one of the things that really just hit home to us was like when they talked about like I'm going to be honest with you. Like there's when you can do this full time, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get my work done, right? Like you're like, I'm going to put in because you don't have to work this all day, even when you're doing it full time. But what's crazy is it was like this aha moment, and they said like this business is a very like you like the evenings and the weekends and things like that. And you know what's crazy, you guys, is that's when I truly did work my business, even all the way to ambassador. Like I'm not even joking. And I was working full time and I worked nights. Okay. So again, like, did I get to on some of those, some of the days where I was working, I did a ton of follow-ups. Like I would maybe throw up a post while I was in the parking lot before my shift started or whatever it was. But I still did the things and I used the time in the car and that type of thing. But you guys, if you are trying to get all your work done and then you're like, oh, I'm not touching anything like all evening long, you have to remember like your people that you're probably talking to, they have a job, right? So they might not be able to talk to you during the day and they may not have those types of things. So I always tell people like it's funny because there are things that I do get up and I get done in the morning, but you know what, you guys, like I enjoy my day. I get my certain things done in the morning, and really I could share like my little schedule that I have with you guys. But like if you have convinced yourself like dang it, like I'm tired or I'm doing all my work in the evening, like and you might think like that's hurting you. It's not hurting you, I promise you that. You know what was hurting me? When I thought that I could do all my work including like everything, like all six things, right, in the morning and then just like be done. Like it's just not. And the funny thing is it's not that I wasn't getting the work done. It's like I couldn't rest my brain, you guys. Like, it's like I knew I had the entire day still that I was like, well, why wouldn't I work more? And then what happened is that you get burnt out, right? And so the thing is like, it's okay. I want to tell you, you can make freaking six figures and you can make five figures a month, six figures a year doing this business literally in 30-minute increments, in 10-minute increments here, in working 20 minutes once the kids go down, like that type of stuff. You guys, that is so crazy, but it is so dang true. And I'm telling you, when I kind of got rid of being like, oh, almost treating this as a 9 to 5 and getting back to that, like, girl, do it in your flow, like do it in your mess. Just make sure you're clicking off those six things. You guys, not only is my business so much more fun, but I'm not joking. It's like the intentional work is getting completed and the enrollments are coming in. So I always just say if you feel overwhelmed or you feel like something isn't fun, just inspect it. Like literally dissect the crap out of it and be like, what is it that's stressing me out? So it's funny, Quita's not on here tonight because she's working tonight. She's working her third shift. But literally, like we were talking about this, and I just kind of did a different little shift, which I've been in for 9 years. So I have shifted my business around between family, work schedules, whatever it may be. As my kids have grown up, I've shifted a lot in this business, right? And that's okay. Like that's the cool thing is that this business can do that with you. But she was feeling that, and I told her, I was like, Quita, just remember, like this is a lot of nighttime. Like I could have put in just as many follow-ups and stuff, you guys, in the mornings. And I am telling you, they are so much more powerful when I shoot them off in 10 minutes at nighttime. You want to know why? Because that's when most of my network is sitting down and has their social media open or has their phones by them or whatever it is. So it's like I was working my butt off to follow up in the mornings and get my stuff done. But the thing is that person may open it and then they forget about it because they can't really give it attention for the next 7 hours, right? So if you feel like you've kind of been trying to do that, let me just tell you, the things that I do in the morning are I interact, I go and I grow my network, and I make sure I like prime my posts of things that I want to share for that day. Like that's what I do. And sometimes I'll get my posts done and sometimes I'll get them up. But honestly, you guys, I've kind of gotten back to just like, these are some of the things I do in the morning, or like I'm, get stuff up on our team page or in the chats or whatever it may be. And then during the day, it's like, I'm living life. I'm showing my life. I'm sharing my life. I'm answering teams' questions. I'm doing those types of things. And then once I'm back in the evening, that's when I'm like doing my follow ups. That's when I'm messaging people. That's when I'm planting the seeds. That's when we're hopping on the opportunity calls. And you guys, it's like money. Like I'm telling you, it is like somebody said it. It's like this is an evening and a weekend business. So if you have like got it down where you're like, oh, I'm not even working in the evenings or the weekends, you're missing out on a huge portion. So like enjoy some of that morning time, enjoy some of that daytime. Don't stress about that. Allow yourself to do some of that work in the evenings and on the weekends, because that's usually when your network or your new teammates and those types of things, they may already have jobs. So they're not going to see that stuff during the day. Or if they do, they completely forget about it at nighttime. And because they've forgotten about it, you've like convinced yourself of a lie that probably isn't even the truth, right? You're like, oh, they are not interested, or oh, this or that. And it's like, no, it just, they opened it at a time that they can't talk to you, or they couldn't have voiced you back, or maybe they couldn't listen to your voice message during the day, or whatever it is. So just know that, okay? Like just something to keep in mind if you feel like, gosh, I've been getting up and I've been working really hard in the mornings, leave some of your work at for nighttime, because that's when people have a lot more availability for themselves.
And even like just me and Sarah, I can't tell you, I feel like we say this to each other at least once a week. And we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't respond to it like with that question. Cause like sometimes I'll open my text message when I'm at a red light and the light's green. So then I put my phone down and I forget to send Sarah whatever the hell it is that I typed out. Our customers are the exact same
Yeah.
way, you guys. Exact same way. So just because someone like, I'll have a new girl say like, oh my gosh, I sent out the message and they all left on red. It's okay. It's okay, because chances are they just got busy, and I have the worst ADD like of life. So I tell my girls this all the time. If you message me something important, and especially if I open it and didn't respond, send it again. I don't care if you even copy and paste it and send it again. Like just send it again, because I can guarantee you that something happened. I got distracted and I forgot. If that's happening with us, like to each other, like, can you imagine how many times that's happening with our customers? And sometimes at nighttime, that's when we are, especially as moms, we don't have that constant distraction because they're in bed and the house is quiet. And like we get a chance to respond to people, we get a chance to go through our inbox, we get a chance to do all those things. So, just like Sarah said, sometimes if I'm working my tush off and nothing's working, all I got to tweak is the time. Sometimes if I'm like, damn, I've posted so many interaction posts and they always hit, but for whatever reason the last week none of them have hit, I'll switch the time up. And sometimes that's like the only little tweak. Instead of doing it midday, I'll do it in the morning. Instead of doing it morning, I'll do it at night. And it just changes so much. And we've been on here for an hour. So yeah, if you guys have to head off, that's totally cool too. But I just have a few more things to do on my task list. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping on before I open my office door. Because I know my kids are probably just waiting to bug about something. So I'm like, if I'm on this side of the door, I can get stuff done.
Y'all, I'm just sharing this because while we were on here, I did exactly what I tell you I do. I do what I tell you I'm doing. But anyways, this gal literally was wanting, she went from wanting to buy product, not wanting, like coming in saying like, I don't want an auto ship. And which is funny because I'm like, I didn't even talk to her about that. But anyways, she was asking if she could buy a product off of me. And I was like, you know what, girl, I don't even have product for you to like, I don't have those on hand. And anything that I do, like that's open because I'm using it, you know? And y'all, just I'm telling you, like it's amazing what a voice message can do, and just what educating people and telling them what their options are. I am very big on giving options and then like leaving that ball of the decision like in their court, right? Because and I truly feel like a lot of times, like one of my favorite compliments I get is like, you're not pushy, and or like, and I'm like, yes, like that we never want to be pushy, but yet you guys, here my side gig turned into a full-time career. And I did it without being pushy, right? It's like you don't have to be those things ever, you guys. But we do have to be consistent. We do have to be excited. We have to know what we're working for so that we want to show up, right? So here's the thing. She went from like not wanting an auto ship. And you guys, I will tell you in the beginning, if people would have thought that, I would have like totally been like, oh my gosh, like she hates the auto ship. Or I hear people say this all the time, right? Like they don't like this. And I'm like, no, you don't like it. Like there's something that bugs you about it. And
Mhm.
so here's the thing. I tell them, I'm like, I don't know what makes you nervous about the auto ship, but let me just lay this out there for you. So all I told her was like, I don't have product on hand. I'm sorry for you to buy. But the cool thing is I said, with the loyal customer program, not only do you get my pricing, but you actually will get even extra savings because all these products that you're interested in are a part of the pick two and pick three sale. And so all I told her was like, you don't have to do an auto ship. You can pay the $50 membership fee and you can pop on an order whenever you wish. However, that fee is literally 2 months of Fat Fighters for you. So like most people want to get the product instead of just paying 50 bucks. But again, it's totally what you're most comfortable with. I'm going to tell you what your options are. And so all I told her, not only did she get the pick three, but I upsold the Fat Fighters to her for her to get free shipping. So again, you guys go in confident. Like I promise you, I enroll more than six loyal customers every single month. This is all cold network because my warm network, they've either been a customer of mine or they're probably a customer of somebody on my team, or they're on my team. Like that's on the God honest truth, you know? And so the thing is that if you're excited and you explain to them, like they have full control, you're going to get email notifications when your order's about to go, like those types of things. There's nothing to be fearful of. And she was like, is there a minimum? No, there's not a minimum. Like, you guys, and honestly, our customer option, there are so many other companies that have the auto ship. And truthfully, it's actually super convenient and nice, to be honest with you. But for whatever reason, people are. So I'm just going to tell you is like, they I'm telling you, if you come in confidently and you get in a freaking voice message and you give options, like those three things, like it's like they're like, oh gosh, this is great, like you've been so helpful, and it's like all these compliments. It's like, it's just, I don't know why they're not expecting that. But I just want to tell you, like, this is somebody who came in wanting to buy product from me, to which I don't have because we don't carry inventory, right? It's like we literally carry the products that we want to use. And it went from that to having a customer that ordered over 100 bucks. Like, so just be confident. Like, and if you aren't yet, steal the confidence from me, because if I can still be enrolling new customers, even more than what our Steps to Success asks for, anybody can. Anybody can, because I am not a super salesy person and I'm not a pushy person, but I am freaking consistent and I do love our products and I absolutely love this business and our team. So yeah, like those are the things that make me super excited. So, but the thing is people can feel that and they see that. So, and if you're voicing them, they can hear that. Okay. So just know that those few things, if you feel like you're struggling and you're like, gosh, where is that like little extra mile? Those are the things that I'm talking about that work really, really well. Yay, Veronica! Oh my gosh. And you got your shopping spree. That is freaking amazing. Good for you, sis.
Hey, Lisa.
Okay.
Veronica just signed her sister and she got the gummies and the skinny brew and then energy. Energy is not on pick 3, but she actually just told her that she wanted to go ahead and add the lash serum. Would she be able to just like put a ticket for that? Because she already signed her up.
So she wants to add it to the order.
Yeah, like she literally just signed her up right now, but it's already like been submitted, and then she wanted to add the lash serum.
I would try and submit a ticket and see if they could do that,
Okay.
and see if they could just charge her for the price of the lash serum. Like,
Okay.
it would be, what is it, like $25?
Yeah.
And just see if they can do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Do my head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Woo, child, tired of the bullshit. Gone, dust your shoulders off. Keep it moving, yes, Lord. Trying to get some new shit in there. Swimwear, going to the pool shit. Come now, come dry your eyes. You know you a star, you can touch the sky. I know that it's hard, but you have to try. If you need advice, let me simplify. We don't love you anymore. Just walk your fine ass out the door. I do my hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? every step we take. Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same. Yeah, you and I the name. Switch up the battery. This is number one champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. We're the hottest in the world right now. Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now. Got a promoter, we need more seats. We just sold out all the floors. See, take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA. I really want to come pick you with you. Tell me why you're American boy. Hey sister, it's really, really nice to meet ya. I just met this 5'7" guy who's just my type. Like the way he's speaking, confidence is peaking. Don't like his baggy jeans, but all my life was underneath. And no, said, tell me cool down, down. Don't act a fool now, now. Always act a fool, ow, ow. Ain't nothing new now, now. He crazy, I know what you're thinking. Rap mean, I know what you're drinking. Rap singer, chain blinger. Holla at the next chick soon as you're blinking. What's your persona about this Americana? Rhyme up in my shallow, cause all my clothes designer. Dress smart like a London bloke. Before he speak, his soup he spoke. And you thought he was cute before. Look at this peacoat, tell me he's broke. And I know you ain't into all that. I heard your lyrics, I feel your spirit, but I still talk that cash. Cause a lot of wags wanna hear it. And I'm feeling like Mike at his baddest. Like the pips of the Gladys. And I know they love it, so they hell with all that rubbish. Would you be my lover? Would you be mine? Would you be my lover? Would you be mine? Would you be my lover? Would you be my American boy? American boy. Take me on a trip I'd like to go someday. Take me to Chicago, San Francisco. I want to come with you. You'll be my American boy. American boy. Take me on a trip I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see. I want to come pick you up. You'll be my American boy. American boy. La, la,
Hey, Lisa,
Hey,
can I send you the message? Veronica's never done like the support ticket, so I wrote one out for her. Can I send it to you in chat and see if it sounds good?
Mhm. Yes, that's perfect.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's what I would have put too.
And then she should also get free shipping because it's over 100, right?
Yeah, so I'm hoping that they can do just like edit it.
Yeah. And that's why, I mean, she literally placed it while we were on Zoom, so it's not like she waited a few days or anything either.
Okay, you guys, I am going to head off to bed. And I'm not too sure who is taking over next Wednesday, but for sure, I'll see you guys. I mean, next Sunday, I'm sorry, but I'll see you Wednesday if you hop on our opportunity call. Good night, guys.